Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by these great companies that are giving us money to let you listen to their stuff.
Bullshit, Kyle. We make this show. You and me. Two Bulls in a China Shop is brought to you by us.
Someone's got to pay the bills, Dan, because it's not our trading.
All right, roll them.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat, smiley face.
Well, hello and welcome to the China Shop. I'm Shopkeeper Dan. With me as always is Kyle, creator of financialineptitude.com. How you doing today, Kyle?
I've been better. Just had to get the freaking plumbers out here again today. Finding more roots in my freaking sewer line, even after I just spent $10K fucking digging that thing out.
Yeah. That's not where you want your roots to be.
No. And the worst part is they've replaced everything up to the street almost now. So if we got to dig up any more, it's probably going to be 10 times that. Because I guess the city only owns the main line. You own everything up to the tap. And of course they run those, right in the middle of the road. Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to figuring out what's going to happen there.
If you own the pipe under the road, you're allowed to just tear up the road whenever you want to get at your property, right?
Yeah, I don't think it quite works that way. I wish it did.
It's my property under there, officer. I got to get at it.
You'll see me out there with a pickaxe.
Yeah. Well, you should have went heavy on the Bed Bath & Beyond shorts like I told you.
I know, right? Yeah. I was thinking like, Netflix is doing pretty well. Then I calculated out yours. I was like, oh, shit. Yep, good thing we went that way.
All right, folks, come on to the shop with us today. Sit back, relax, hedge against the rage machine. We'd like to welcome any new listeners just joining us. We're here smashing our way through a complete set of fine china, sharing our ever-growing strategies for maximizing gains and cutting losses. If you're new to the shop and stock trading in general, you can always check out our knowledge and resource centers on financialineptitude.com, or you can give any one of our many beginning trading episodes a listen. We'll have all those links for you in the episode description, but the best place to be is our Discord server. We get on there every day, and it's really just an awesome place. It's free, totally free server. There aren't any paid tiers or special access areas. And make sure when you do get on that server, send Kyle a private message or email, with your mailing address, and we can send you some smash it yourself swag straight from the shop. We're just really glad you're here. It's a lot of fun. It's always better with friends.
Woo!
Kyle, we got any show news to report?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just I finished up an interview with the CEO and founder of Flex Networks. That should be getting released on Monday. I got Eric Mason, who's recording on Saturday, and Jonathan Brown the week after that. And then we've got Vico and Leo from OFL, Vico from Trade Pro the following weeks. So the guest schedule is really starting to fill out nicely.
Exciting stuff.
How's it going with you? You got the first episode of the conspiracy history thing going yet?
Oh, it's recorded. It's just not edited because I'm doing the video. I was just on vacation for a week, so I went back. I was back down in Tucson, not working. I didn't have my computers with me at all.
That's the best kind of vacation.
Yeah, right. I would have left the phone at home too if I could have gotten away with that.
I don't know if I could do that anymore. I used to do that on occasion, just like forget my phone and then go somewhere, just so I can, not deal or not get that separation anxiety that you get,
Yeah.
But I don't know that I can anymore. I think I watch too many YouTube videos.
Well, I had access to a TV that could do YouTube surfing.
I tried that the other day because I got our thing hooked up with that. But man, the shows that I like to watch on my phone, they do not translate to the big screen.
Oh, yeah, low quality when you blow it up.
I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel right.
Well, right. Well,
yeah. Nice tangent.
Yeah, nice tangent. Looks like Google owns YouTube. Maybe we'll talk about this stuff later. We have got a greasy, groggy, grotesque show for you today. Lots of market-moving news, plenty of stocks on the radar, and more options than bad reviews of the dogless Scooby-Doo reboot that HBO just did.
How can you do it without a dog?
You just call it Velma.
Oh, okay. So it's like Wednesday.
Yeah,
Just
they're
focus
like,
on one
oh,
character.
we'll focus on Velma, and they're in high school, and everybody's there but the dog. I don't know. It's getting trashed left and right.
Yeah, I bet.
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess there's moral outrage from both sides of the aisle, but the review I read summed it up best. Like it's just not funny. Like
Yeah,
outrage aside, like if the jokes were funny, people would watch, but you don't need to watch.
yeah. Good
Made
to
me
know.
laugh. Well, the review was funnier than the show. I didn't watch the show. You only get so much time,
Yeah. I'm
like
not going to
like
waste it on a Scooby-Doo list. Scooby-Doo.
right, like buying stocks. You only get so many dollars. Don't waste it on some crap.
Right.
Yeah. And folks, reach out to us. We love your messages and comments on Twitter and Facebook, on our Discord. Obviously, the link in the episode description. If you're old school, you can just send us an email to 2bulls@financialineptitude.com. That's the number 2. Maybe you've got a hot stock tip. Maybe you want to tell us about a great trade you just made, or maybe you're just trying to buy up all the houses in town so you can make sure everybody has a nice place to rent, but that meddling George Bailey keeps swooping in to stop folks from selling with his populist agenda and socialist rhetoric.
That's a new one.
George Bailey, that's your key. George
Bailey. I don't recognize the name. No.
Well, I don't have your money. It's in Fred's house, and it's in Bill's house.
Okay, all right. I recognize the voice. That's a pretty good impression.
So it's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. We got some bet results to talk about.
Yes. So as Dan alluded to, Bed Bath & Beyond beat the shit out of my Netflix lawn. It opened at $319. It spiked to $370. So good thing we moved that stop up a little bit. That was really close.
Yeah. We structured that very well.
Yeah.
We structured that well.
And that ad we got at $350 really helped. Closed on Friday at $255, so that gives us $595.09 if my math is right.
Ooh, that's almost a 20% gain in 1 week.
I had it at $618, but I could not remember how I was calculating the short numbers anymore. So either way, we did better than Random.
Nice.
Random had GRNC, which opened at 110.03, closed at 117.70, giving Random a healthy 534.85. So Random did, it's a good show in Random, but not quite enough.
Not quite enough. Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to top that one, though.
Good question.
Yeah.
Is it too late to short Adani?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out at the end.
That later. All right. Well, is it time to talk about the news?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Before we start talking about the news, I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors and friends at Manscaped, Trade Pro Academy, and Order Flow Labs. Manscaped is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming with precision-engineered tools for you and your family jewels. And with the holiday season over, what better time to get your boys in shape and hit the clubs? Take advantage of our exclusive 20% off offer with free worldwide shipping. Just use the promo code 2bulls at manscaped.com. As always, that's the number 2. And when it comes to institutional quality trading education, take a look at tradeproacademy.com. In our free Discord server, you'll find instructions to take advantage of our discount with them as well. And for all those degenerates out there who enjoy trading futures, you'll definitely want to check out the custom tools and studies at orderflowlabs.com. Oh, sorry. For all those degenerates who love trading futures, you'll definitely want to check out the custom tools and studies at orderflowlabs.com.
All right, should we hear a song?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dow drops deep on moving inflation, COVID frustration, war damnation. We're just bringing you the fucking news. You gotta recognize the game if you don't wanna lose. We're just two bulls trading information.
Yeah, we are.
Rioters raiding, insider trading, taxes are raising, bills on the hill. We got a crypto mill. No, they ain't growing weed. When the Fed speaks today, it's some shit we don't need.
Sing it, Dan.
Two bulls trading information.
What?
Two bulls trading information.
I'm inclined to
trading information.
That is accurate. Very accurate. What information? All right, what should we start with, Dan? Should we talk about the PCE, Fed expectations, maybe some cool chip news?
Oh, cool chip news. Everybody loves cool chip news.
Well, I think that's your story then.
Oh, I thought you meant like the chips you eat.
No, unfortunately not. No, there's not a new Cool Ranch out there or something.
Damn it. Oh, my fat ass got excited.
Me
Okay,
too.
well, if you recall, the United States has been restricting exports of semiconductor chips to China, part of
Yes.
the ongoing power struggle globally. And it seems we've got some new allies in the fight. Japan and the Netherlands have agreed to join us.
So Japan makes sense, but the Netherlands?
Yeah, well, it's like when you're fighting in Europe and, Argentina's like, yeah, we got your back.
I know, right?
It's-
Thanks, Argentina.
It's a big morale boost.
yeah, it is. When they send like one battalion.
Right. I honestly don't know what computer chips are made in the Netherlands. There might be some listeners out there right now that are like, "You sons of bitches!"
I know.
I worked
Chip
at a
plant.
semiconductor chip plant. We make the best semiconductors in the world. The Dutch Foreign Ministry did decline to comment for the story, so they might be ashamed of it too. I don't know.
Well, they're pretty polite. I think they just don't like talking about China's back, behind their back.
Right.
That's fun. The whole thing was kind of weird though. That those chip controls. I remember we were kind of digging into it. There's like a 3-year like lead up to it, so they're able to like finish selling all their inventory first before those bans went into place. It was so bizarre.
Yeah. It's and to call it like national security related too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're doing this for national security. Well, like, is the danger now, or are we just anticipating some danger in 3 years?
Exactly. Like, if it's national security, it's now, in my opinion. Yeah.
They're using these computer chips to spy on us. Well,
Wow.
stop selling them to them, or stop making them over there. Okay, 3 years.
3 years will stop. That'll give us time to figure out what they're doing.
God, this neighborhood's been ruined by these crack cocaine sales. All right, everybody, sell your inventory now, but in 3 years, I better not see any drug dealing here.
Exactly. Oh, so fucking weird.
Clean this town up. Yeah. Well, Dutch officials have insisted that fresh controls address national security concerns rather than favoring the U.S. chip-related companies. So,
Oh, okay.
if we trust them, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
I trust them.
So Netherlands came to this decision all on their own, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I believe that. All right. Other news today. We got the PCE index report that just came out, showing the smallest increase in 15 months, which sounds impressive. But one, it's still an increase, and two, it's still well above the pre-pandemic levels of 2%. The increase was slowed to 5% in December. It was 5.5 the month prior, and the 40-year high of 7% last summer.
Oh, okay.
The increase in the core rate in the past 12 months also decelerated to 4.4 from 4.7, which is the lowest level in 14 months. So I think a lot of people are seeing this as being a good sign that the Fed should be, I guess, slowing down here soon. They think. I think that's what everyone's hoping for. I don't know about that.
Well, didn't Purdue post something in the Discord that seems completely relevant to this discussion?
Yeah. What was it again?
Let me pull it up. It was in Stock News. This is a quote from a newsletter. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics acknowledged that the Philadelphia Fed's suspicion on Q2 payrolls, they revised it down from 1.1 million jobs created to 300,000 jobs lost.
Wow.
Meaning roughly 1/3 of the reported jobs created in 2022 were just wiped out by a revision, keeping in mind a too strong jobs market was the rationale for the Fed's aggressive hikes.
Yeah. How do you fuck something up that badly?
Well, it makes me question what the Fed believes their purpose is.
Well, I think
Do they think they fucked it up?
probably not.
They're like, we're doing a good job, boys.
Yeah.
Bait and switch. Bait and switch.
That's man, roughly a third of the reported jobs
Yeah.
wiped out by a revision.
Jobs are great, guys. Keep raising those hikes more aggressively. Jobs are great. And we also, remember, we went from like, nobody's looking for a job. We got a shortage of people looking for jobs. Now we just got massive layoffs.
Yeah.
It's like,
More of that to talk about. Here, coming up a bit. So yeah, I got another story here talking about what the Fed is expected to do, and or economists are basically saying that there's going to be at least one more quarter point hike. I think they're expecting two more after that, but they're expecting one last hawkish sting from Powell when he does his address, or I guess reads the comments.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that's probably likely too, because I think the thought is that Powell doesn't want to come out and seem soft or like he's easing up on his fight. He doesn't want to be mistaken as being dovish.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably going to keep saying the same thing he's been saying, and be interesting to see how the market reacts to that on Wednesday when that news comes out.
That's coming out this Wednesday.
Yeah, they're in their blackout period right now, so it's been quiet on the Fed front. That's why they haven't commented on this revision of the jobs.
Funny how that came out during a blackout period.
I know, right? It's probably the best time.
How's that work?
Yeah.
I thought it was a blackout period.
Yeah.
They can release news, they just can't talk about it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't think that's the Fed releasing that, right? That
was the Bureau of Labor and Statistics.
Yeah.
Made that revision.
Well, hopefully they're trying to get it out just in time before they voted on their, policy. Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
It's just a swing of 1.5 million. That is so huge. Like, how do you fuck that up?
Not only that, but it's a swing of like super high job creation to, oh no, wait, actually we were wrong. We lost jobs.
We actually, right. Like, what methods are they using to count jobs? Like, well, we sent a few people out to count the employees going into the Walmart and see if there's a change week over week.
Yeah. Or no, they did it at Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh man, we're just full of low blows today.
Yeah, take that, dying company going bankrupt.
That's what you get for not listening to Ryan Cohen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
sold that Bye Bye Baby when you had a chance.
No shit.
Now it's Bye Bye Baby.
Bye Bye Bed Bath & Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got anything else before we move on to some stock news?
S&P 500 is on the verge of doing a golden cross. First one in 2.5 years.
That's when the 50 crosses the 200 day?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, they're getting close.
Yeah, golden cross is the 50 moving across the 200, yes. Yeah. 71% of the time, stocks are trading higher at 1 year later.
From the golden
cross on the S&P 500. Really? Mm-hmm. There have been 52 of them since 1930.
How many of them happened in a recession?
So that's no word on it specifically recession, but the S&P declining during the 12 months afterwards had occurred on April 1st, 2019. They had the cross that did that. Obviously, we had the COVID. But it happened in 1999 when the dot-com bubble burst, and 86 preceding the Black Monday crash. So it sounds like plenty of them have happened right before recessions.
It sounds like it's either going to be really good or it's going to completely crash.
Right.
Yeah, that's. What would you do with that information?
Well, 71% of the time, it's going to be good. Maybe not really good.
Just put your stops in place, I guess, right?
I honestly, I interpret this like we spoke last week with Jim Cramer pointing out, like, yeah, the overvalued tech stocks are being hammered to hell, but everything else is looking fine. If we're actually nearing this golden cross, and we're doing so, having already been in a recession, I think I would gamble that it's time to start dollar cost averaging in.
I mean, right now we are holding above the downward trend line that's been in place since the highs in what was that, beginning of January of last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's good signs. I mean, I'd like to see him take out one of those swing highs first, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I have PTSD though. I don't trust any rally these days.
You've been beaten into submission.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
looking at the stock chart, like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm looking at the S&P 500 futures coming off those highs. Just technical analysis wise, you'd want it to rally another few hundred points. Where's it at right now?
Yeah. If I'm looking at the SPY, I want to see it clear. I think 411.
Yeah.
With volume.
Yeah. It's closing in. It's closing in on a really good technical analysis point on top of the Golden Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Stuff's been cheap.
Yeah.
And maybe we are making our way out of the woods.
I guess cautious optimism is the word I use to describe it, right?
Cautious optimism.
All right. Should we move on and talk about some stocks?
Let's do it.
But first, advertisements. Happy New Year from our friends over at Manscaped. The ball has officially dropped, and so have mine now that the bird's nest has been cleared out. Whether you had a New Year's kiss or not, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming have you covered for your much-needed resolution of bringing sexy back. Join the 7 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use code 2BULLS for 20% off plus free shipping. Now, as always, that's the number 2. Here's a toast to the new year and to a new you with no unruly pubes. Now that I've done the hard work of clearing out the overgrowth, this year is all about maintaining. Nobody wants to play golf on an overgrown putting surface. Maintaining a manicured playing surface is easier than ever with the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. This year, take your package to the next level with their Performance Package 4.0 and other premium wet goods. And that's not what you're thinking. Inside the Performance Package 4.0, you'll find the Signature Lawnmower. The advanced skin-safe technology reduces nicks and cuts on your delicate parts. It also comes equipped with a 4000K LED spotlight that'll shine a light to the Promised Land 23 looks to be. And your grooming routine isn't complete without applying Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver before showing off your 23 self. Just make sure that you have consent. These unique formulas take care of the smelliest parts of your body and are a big boost to confidence to the new year. To complete the set, Manscaped also threw in their Shed Travel Bag and anti-chafing boxer briefs as free gifts to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. And believe me, those boxers aren't comfortable. If you really want to make 23 the year to remember, make sure you try out Manscaped's wet goods as well. This includes their ultra premium body wash, 2-in-1 shampoo, and body deodorant. These products are the absolute perfect follow-up after your New Year's gym sessions. Cheers to new balls in 2023. Hear, hear. So remember, guys, get 20% off and free shipping with promo code 2bulls at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code 2bulls. Time to feel sexy and free in 23 with Manscaped.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like advertisements.
Stock time!
Now it's talk about stocks time. Looking for setups, it's still not advice. Big moves, fresh news, and earnings. All that we're saying, it's still not advice. Stock time.
Please don't sue us. I got one that I wanted to bring up just to piggyback off of the chip news that you had.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it doesn't really piggyback off of that. It's just Intel. They reported earnings and they had their worst day in like 15 months.
Yikes.
Yeah, they really shit the bed, I guess you could say, on their earnings. Let me see, where is it at? 32% drop in year-over-year revenue. Fourth quarter revenue came in at $14 billion. Analysts are expecting 14.45. But it wasn't just that. It was their forward guidance, I think, that was looking really shitty too.
Like, look.
Yeah, they said the drop in sales combined with the company's substantial fixed costs is evidenced by $80 billion in tangible fixed assets on the balance sheet compared to $64 billion in annual revenues will lead to a deeper net of loss in the first quarter and third trading deficit in the last 4 reporting periods.
Oh.
That wasn't. No, that's not their guy. I'm sorry. That's AJ Bell, investment director. Russ Mold was saying. Uh, Remember how we kept talking about AMD basically stealing market share?
Uh-huh.
That is exactly what it looks like. What's happening, and
They finally admitted it happened in an earnings call.
I don't know that they admitted it themselves. I think the results are speaking for themselves.
Mm.
Part of the problem is that AMD has still got a cheaper price point, right? And I think Intel is finally learning that as the gap in the difference between the technologies is shrinking, that
The
people aren't
quality
willing to
gap.
pay. Yeah, yeah, people aren't willing to pay
Yeah.
that premium for Intel anymore.
Yeah. No. Why would you? I mean,
I
I've
wouldn't.
always been cheap on the pocketbook when it comes to the computer stuff. I've always been an AMD guy.
Yeah,
If I can get away with it. But
I me too.
the fact that AMD is like catching up and closing in, like that just makes me happy. But it also, well, like we talked about before, it just means AMD's getting, they'll be the ones with the price premium.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just switch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep. And then Intel will be the attractive
Yeah.
one. Man, Intel stock has been hammered.
Yeah.
They lost 6.5% today. They actually rallied from the low that they put in, but I don't know. It's still not looking good for them.
Yikes. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. They had a good, yeah, they had a good morning, but the day itself was
Yeah.
ouch.
Considering they gapped down to what 27. Yeah, the strong rally as everyone closed their shorts. I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you got? Oh,
I was just
go
gonna
ahead.
say, yeah, I was explaining gamma squeezes to Jamie Lynn this morning.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
let's like it's, talking about Bed Bath and Beyond, like the
Mm-hmm.
$3 price point. I'm like, if they had shares they were doing to cover $3 calls, like they're selling them today because it opened under $3, and that's just gonna push it further.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good close for us.
yeah. I made some money. Oh, we'll talk about that at the end. Anyway.
Ooh.
All right. Hasbro, the toy maker, is going to be laying some people off. About 15% of its workforce. They had a week holiday.
Oof.
But Wizards of the Coast, which does Dungeons and Dragons and Magic: The Gathering, remains a bright spot. The company said.
Okay, but what is the deal with the whole D&D thing that's going on? Isn't there some kind of weird lawsuit going on with all that stuff?
Yeah, the reason Hasbro says it remains a bright spot is because the Wizards of the Coast company has been really cool for a long time. Like they they did the Dungeons and Dragons in the 70s, kind of
Hmm.
pioneered tabletop role playing. Like here's how you would roll dice. Here's how you represent a character on a piece of paper and roll the dice to add the probability, like can I jump that gap? Can I swing and hit this orc in the face?
Right.
Maybe 20 some years ago, about 20 years ago, they basically came out and said, look, the core system that we created is open source. Anybody can create a tabletop RPG game off of off of our core mechanics,
Okay.
right? And that's so we've seen for the last 20 years, we've seen different companies pop up and like, oh, we're gonna make this Star Wars kind of game and this role playing,
Yeah, yeah.
this werewolf game. Um, they just came out and said, oh, by the way, we're going to start charging you for that now.
How can you
How can you?
change that?
How
Yeah.
can you?
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know all the details beyond that. They are trying to retroactively change what they said.
I don't think you can do that for
No,
sure.
not charge, but retroactively like go back and undo and be like, okay, well, it's not open source now.
Okay.
Now we do want to charge you or collect a percentage on if you're using these D&D style mechanics.
This is, I guess, tinfoil hat time, but
Mhm.
combining that with the news of the layoffs makes it sound like they're just looking for any way to bring in additional revenue.
Yes, yeah. Well, the layoffs they said are going to save them 250 million to 300 million annually by the end of 2025.
Hmm.
Their fourth quarter revenue was down 17% compared to the year period earlier. So
Right.
like
I think you need more than that.
yeah, Yeah. Their toy, just Hasbro does uh their last fourth quarter was at 1.68 billion. Just
Yeah.
they sell a lot of toys. And
Oh yeah.
they yeah, I mean for the whole year, like almost 6 billion, but that's down 9% compared to 2021.
Ooh, and they also have a guy named Cox in this article that you sent me,
Oh, yes,
which is
yes.
awesome because it just keeps saying Cox at. Oh, he's the CEO.
Hasbro CEO Chris Cox.
Oh,
A
fucking.
cocky man if I've ever met one.
I bet he had fun in high school.
He They called me Mr. Cox.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway.
Big last name. All right. One other one that I got. The last one I wanted to talk about was Chevron, and this one's a tough one to swallow. Um, like I can see why the Biden administration is pissed at Chevron. They basically just announced that they're going to be spending $75 billion on share buybacks.
75 billion with a B.
$75 billion. Yeah.
Whoa.
They're expected to
Whoa.
report, which they may have just reported actually. Profits for 22 were doubled to more than 37 billion, and they basically are balking at calls from the White House and members of Congress to funnel that extra cash into more drilling capacity to help reduce prices for the inflation-wary customers. White House spokesperson Abdullah Hassan said, "For a company that claimed not too long ago it was working hard to increase oil production, handing out $75 billion to execs and wealthy shareholders sure is an odd way to show it." The buyback
Yeah.
is so big. According to Bloomberg, it could fund more than 4 years of drilling and other projects.
Wow.
They
Wow.
are spending more money on other projects, new energy projects this year, but those expenditures will be, quote, dwarfed by the amounts paid to the shareholders.
Okay, so that's a potential long.
Yeah, yeah. But the other one that was mentioned in here was also railroads. It's kind of buried at the bottom of this article. But you remember when Union Pacific was going through all that fight with their the workers, the unions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, basically the unions were trying to demand paid sick days, and they managed to fight that off. But then they turned around and basically put aside $6.3 billion for repurchasing stock. The amount that the companies,
Okay, can't give sick leave.
the amount that the employees pay in benefits rose was $4.6 billion.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
That I would be pissed if I
Wow.
was an employee.
Holy fuck. And they buried that in the Chevron story, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Yikes.
man, I mean, like, buybacks are great when you have the extra cash as a way of returning that to shareholders.
Mhm.
Like, that's awesome. Love that.
Without a special dividend. Yeah.
But take care of your fucking people, man, or you're not going to have that shit anymore.
Yeah, you can't have a thriving company without happy
No,
workers.
no. And yeah, you just go through this big battle where you had to get Congress to. I don't remember if they did intervene or if they were on the verge of intervening to stop them from striking, and then you're going to turn around, slap them in the face with that.
Right. Oh, we had the money
Yeah.
all along. We just didn't want that.
That money wasn't for you.
For you. Come on, workers. What have you ever done for us?
Yeah. Like, no. We earn this, not you.
Not you.
Ugh. Geez.
Take that, railroad workers.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'd be pissed if I was working at the railroads.
yeah. That's damn Union Pacific. Hold on, let me pull up their stock chart. How are they doing?
Probably pretty good. UNP, right?
Yes.
Oh, what the hell happened on the 24th?
Oh, the workers got their sick pay.
God damn, that was a $35 price swing on Wednesday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, look at that. What the hell happened? That was just this week.
oh my
Like they
god!
spiked up to 235 and swung back down to 200.
They whiffed on their earnings. It looks like it wasn't too bad.
Earnings call.
They probably had some shit guidance too.
Well, that was when they revealed we're gonna do this buyback instead of give people sick days.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. You got anything else for us in stock news?
Yeah, we had a new Hindenburg research short report.
Oh, who's on it this time?
A Indian company, a very large company called Adani, one of India's biggest conglomerates.
Hmm.
Hindenburg published their investigation and research report late Tuesday this week, accusing Adani of brazen stock manipulation and accounting fraud scheme over the course of decades.
Oh, wow.
And it did take they took a big short out, and the guy Gautam Adani, who owns it, he lost $50 billion this week
Ooh.
in value from his companies.
He
So
was calling their allegations baseless and malicious and was
baseless and
considering legal
malicious.
action. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
of course. I just assumed it was somebody was like, wow, Elon Musk just lost the most money anybody's ever lost before, and India was like, hold my beer.
Yeah, right. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
This sounds very similar to Jared Bibler's story, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, where they were buying their own stock.
It makes you wonder if maybe that's what they found.
What they found. Well, Hindenburg did say, like, yeah, take us to court. You're gonna have to do it through the U.S.
Huh?
and we'll get to subpoena all the documents.
Yeah.
Come on, bring it.
Doubt they want to do that
Yeah, right.
unless you really got your shit in a row.
Well, I can't imagine a firm like Hindenburg making this shit up.
Right.
Right? They've at the point they come public with their short report, they've got more to lose by
Yeah.
making something up,
Mhm.
right? But where Adani, they obviously have more to gain by lying, right? Just saying.
Yeah.
On its face, I'm going to believe Hindenburg.
Yeah, I think.
Mhm.
I mean, especially with it being I don't know. I mean, not necessarily a developed country, but it's not also
It's an emerging market.
third world either. Yeah, emerging market. That's a good word. I mean, we saw that this was possible in places like Iceland, and
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure we have also seen some really other shady practices happening in even England and here,
Mhm.
obviously.
Mhm. Royal Bank of
Uh,
Scotland, yeah.
yeah. I mean, this not doesn't take much of a stretch of the imagination to see this being true.
Yeah. Oh, and I think you posted a tweet that you thought was a joke.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Okay, we throw it in. That Chat GPT
Mhm.
replacing the writers at BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that
that's the
wasn't a
one.
joke.
Yeah. BuzzFeed stock was up
What?
90 some percent today on the news. This is not a joke that they're going to use Chat GPT style text synthesis technology from OpenAI to write for them to make their quizzes and content.
No shit. Oh my
Now,
god.
I've been reading casually about Chat GPT, and apparently it has been the open secret for college students for this past
Oh
year.
yeah. Yes. I have definitely seen stories about that. People like basically asking the thing to write their essays for them.
And it does a great job. It
Yeah.
does a great job.
Yeah.
Frankly, if you have it write the essay and then you go over it and tweak it, how would they know the difference?
I mean, they wouldn't, right? They'd have to figure out exactly what inputs you put into the thing to start with.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
Is this the
All
thing
right.
that people also use to write their own like scripts? Like you can basically tell it, "Hey, write me some Python code to do this."
I don't know, but that sounds intriguing. Let's do that.
I heard somebody
Like
talking about that.
Chat
The
GPT.
other thing I wanted to piggyback on that real quick before we
Mm-hmm.
move on to crypto here.
Yeah.
I did see the CEO. I was reading an interview he did talking about the best case scenario for AI and the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best case scenario is it's so good that you look like a crazy person talking about it, like freeing up resources and other stuff like that, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the good case. Bad case, the bad side, the worst case scenario is the end of the human race.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
So,
Skynet.
like, oh, okay. Like, do you, if you really believe that, should you be fucking with AI then?
Right. So let's keep developing and see where we get.
let's just be really careful.
Yeah, I for one really love our new robotic overlords and hope that
Listen,
they don't crush me beneath their weighty cog of machinery.
even on chess.com, I always say good game to the computer when I win. Like, it's all just, it's just putting coins in the bank. It's like that weird guy at work that you always give a Snickers bar to when you see, just because
Yeah.
if anything happens, like he's going to look at you and be like, yeah, you're cool.
Okay. Oh, yeah. He gave me the candy bars. He's cool.
Yeah,
hmm
exactly.
hmm
You got to play the long game in these
Hedge
things.
your bets. Hedge your bets. Oh, good Lord.
All right, let's hear some crypto song here.
Okay.
I got some crypto in my wallet, hanging out on my Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, I got some crypto in my wallet, some Doja Sushi Polka Dot NFT. Decentralized, anonymized, fabulous cryptocurrency.
There should be a yeah at the end of that.
Oh, yeah.
Kool-Aid man.
Yeah. Kool-Aid, oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. I got something just to follow up with the story you brought up last week, the big news from the DOJ.
Yes.
Yeah, it was not as big of a story as that cryptic headline made it
Oh,
out to
really?
be. No, and this actually came out last week too.
Is it NFT trading cards with all of your favorite Fed Reserve
No,
people on it?
no,
Oh.
no. The Bitcoinists summed it up really well. They live streamed the press release. Took place on Wednesday, as we said. The speculation across social media channels ran the gamut. Right, stablecoin ban, increased regulations, government crackdown, maybe, or some new regulatory fashion impending. No. It was none of that. The DOJ press release shared that the federal body was taking enforcement action against little-known Russian exchange BizLotto.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm assuming they've got a lot of crypto that they're hiding or moving around, shuffling.
Not necessarily. Data from Arcam Intel showcased that BizLotto tagged wallets represented about $11,000. The number peaked at 6 million, but yeah, $11,000.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a rounding error in Chevron's buyback.
That's a rounding error in most people's taxes. Yeah, so FTX, Terra Luna, 3AC, yeah, all them guys. No. BizLotto, fucking writing's on the wall for you, buddy.
Yeah, thank goodness, Kyle. We've got some really fine people looking after us, making sure we're safe.
I love some of the tweets here too. Fucking pictures of fishermen with like little guppies. DOJ caught a big one today. Excellent work.
Right. Yep. This one's got a 4 grammer here.
All right, so yeah, they dropped the hammer on a exchange that has $11,000 worth of assets in their wallets. How much do you think they spent? I'm wondering. I mean, I have no idea, but how much do you think it cost to
drop
bring
that
this,
hammer?
Yeah, to drop this hammer.
Oh, come on! It's got to be in a couple thousand just in the electricity they used in the computers, right?
Yes.
Right. And then the depreciation and the computer value with the electricity, I think we're already hitting 11,000.
Yeah, the depreciation.
Good Lord.
Oh God. Yeah.
No, well, at least they already own the real estate of the DOJ offices, right? They're not renting those.
Yeah. Property taxes probably well exceeded that number.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's what I had. I mean, short one, but funny nonetheless.
I have one here that's also not super long, but I found interesting. A bank called Custodia Bank, which is a crypto focused bank.
Okay.
They had their application to become a member of the Federal Reserve System rejected. The U.S. Federal Reserve said the bank's proposed business model and focus on digital assets presented significant safety and soundness risks.
Soundless risks.
Yeah, it's just not a sound bank. They're a Wyoming bank that's chartered through a special purpose depository institution laws in Wyoming.
Mhm.
Apparently, they lack sufficient risk management frameworks.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, what do you mean we can't just open a crypto bank and have it FDIC insured?
I mean, you could just put it on your website. I mean, other crypto exchanges have done that.
Right, right. Just slap it on there. You're fine.
Yeah.
They
We'll
were
get it soon enough.
surprised. The bank chief executive Caitlin Long released a statement saying she's surprised and disappointed by the Fed's decision, as Custodia actively sought federal regulation going above and beyond all requirements that apply to traditional banks. It should be noted that separately, they also have sued the Federal Reserve on a separate matter, arguing that the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City unfairly delayed a decision on their application for a highly coveted master account, which would give the companies access to the Fed payment services.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a cash grab.
Right. They're not letting us play the big bank game with our crypto. And we're easily 10 times the size of that Russian firm.
Well, not anymore. No.
Yeah, right.
And now you are again. That's crypto for you without risk management.
Right. Hold on, click refresh. See where you're at now. Oh, bankrupt. The Fed did say in a news release, today's action would not prohibit a state member bank or prospective applicant from providing safekeeping services in a custodial capacity for crypto assets if conducted in a safe and sound manner in compliance with consumer anti-money laundering and anti-terrorist financing laws. So basically the Fed was like rejected, and just because you're not part of us doesn't mean you don't have to start doing risk management. Like, you can start doing risk management anytime, guys.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Anytime you want. Like,
yeah.
Just because you're not part of the Fed doesn't mean you don't have to do these safety things for your customers.
That could probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else for crypto?
I do not.
All right. Then I'll just go ahead and mosey on over here. Don't mind me. I'm just reaching back into this saddlebag. And
Oh! Ugh, my squeezing arm. Why'd you shoot my squeezing arm?
He's aiming for the dick.
Well, what do you think I want to squeeze with my squeezing arm?
Well, if you weren't holding it, I would have hit
it. Safety first. It's risk management, Kyle. Risk management.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, man. How'd your week go?
It went good. It went good. I had those Bed Bath & Beyond puts, and it opened up on Monday to profit, and I sold a third of them for profit. I really just sat on them until Friday. I kept opening them, and they were zigzagging, and I'd lost some money on the ones I was holding, but I was like, nope, going into Friday. My premise was to hold these until they dropped down well under 3. And then, open it up Friday morning, and it was dropped down well under 3. Sold them off for good profit. I did the right thing by, sitting on my hands. I really wanted to, because I bought them for 30 cents. And at one point they got down to 7 cents. And I really wanted to just pick up a sack of full on Thursday afternoon. Just like, all right, everything else in the account, just really quadruple down. Oh, and I could have made off like a bandit. I could have turned like $90 into $900, but I followed risk management. I didn't risk the whole bank, and I sold for profit when I had the first opportunity. I scaled out.
Yeah,
and I ended up turning. So I didn't have much left in the account, but it ended up, I don't know, taking $90 and turned it into 150.
Yeah,
so
solid day.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I did my research. I went to the store. I knew they were fucked.
Sounds like a great trade, man. Good job following through.
That's all I did. I didn't.
Yeah.
And it didn't really have a bad or an ugly wasn't even like,
Well, you were on vacation.
yeah, I wasn't even like loading up and looking at it every day.
Right.
It was more like, oh, hey, I'm gonna wake up and have some breakfast. Woo! No cats waking me up here.
Oh, cats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my good for the week is finalizing my plan for my next prop account eval.
Yeah.
There's a key word in there is next, which leads me to the bad. So I failed the last eval, but I'm actually not upset with it because I was able to learn the things that I wanted to learn with it. I did try to trade my news event straddle that I've been playing with, where you just basically put buy stop and sell stop orders 5 points from where price is trading at, like 5 seconds before like a major news event drops.
Okay.
And running that back through in sim, like I've been hitting, I think, a 60 or 70% win rate, and when the wins hit, like, man, it fucking goes.
Oh, really?
But doing it with the rhythmic and through this R trader thing with the prop account, like I got the worst fills I think I'd ever seen.
Really?
So that was what I was wanting to learn. I was wanting to learn if sim is going to treat it the same way that live would, and I didn't want to risk my own capital.
Right. Oh, that's actually, a clever way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, so like instead of losing, $800, I lost 80, and a couple weeks of time. So I think that was definitely the right path to go down as far as testing out the things that I want to test out and learning how the systems work. The bad
Right.
was, just, I guess I should say the ugly. The ugly is that after that happened, I got inside my head and I realized that I was not going to hit the profit goals within the time frame that I had left on that account. So I just kind of went for broke. I took 3 home run trades after sizing up just so I didn't have to waste any more time with it. But the more I reflected and thought about it, I think I was just rationalizing the decision to emotionally trade.
Right.
So I think that fits for ugly. I basically took the rest of the week off. That happened on Wednesday, and then I just been working on back testing and replay mode on Sierra charts. The one setup I'm going to trade on the next account, and like I said, codifying how I'm going to trade it.
Right. Yeah, sounds like it's making sense. That's a really great way to prove to yourself whether or not it's
It was
like
yeah.
you said, the difference between the back testing and a real market
Right.
condition.
Well, I love with Sierra charts now. I mean, you can go on replay mode and trade it just like you would live. And then I was kind of taking that prop account and morphing it towards the setup that I've been practicing with. But now I'm planning on just dedicating one to trading only that setup. And I think that's probably the better way to go about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to become a master of one, try to make money with that, prove to myself I can do it, and then find another setup and then do the same process.
Yeah.
That pretty much wraps up my week.
All right. I need to brush off my future skills. I'm gonna definitely start trading again
Yeah.
once I got the opportunity, for sure.
Well, I mean, definitely the smart way to go seems to be one of these prop accounts. They're kind of fishy in some of them. Like sometimes you'll just they'll ignore your stop. Like that happened on one of the breakout trades I tried to take with it when the liquidity was thin. It filled me 5 points above where I wanted it, and then my 6-tick stop just got ignored, and then I had to flatten it myself for a 7-point loss.
God, just because it ignored your stop?
Yeah, I guess it maybe just went too far below it before it could fill it. So I think if you're going to fuck with those things, don't do it when there's thin liquidity. I'm wondering if part of the problem is that you have to route your orders through their services. So it goes from my house to their service, then to Chicago, as opposed to when I'm trading myself, it's going just straight to Chicago.
Right.
So there definitely seems to be some weird delay things like that. And it's been across the 2 different ones that I've tried, and I've seen other people have issues with it too. So you really have to watch your trades. You can't just put one on and walk away,
Yeah.
And always hit that auto cancel at the end of the day. Cancel everything.
One of the things I liked about CR charts is you can turn down the latency to as fast as your internet can handle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the settings.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I should play with that some more.
And then yeah, I don't know if you. It sounds like these prop accounts, you can't do such a thing.
I don't know.
I may be more comfortable. No, I'm gonna pop on, and I'm gonna do a month of paper trading.
Yeah,
My levels, doing it right.
love it.
Yep.
All right, should we do a bet? Wrap this thing up?
Let's do it. Put a bow on it.
I need it, wanna beat it, gonna win it if I take it from you. I'm filling my positions, quit your bitching, random's gonna lose. Got a chart full of levels and a stop that's not too tight. It's bet picking time in the shop, so pick 'em right.
At the end is my favorite part.
Yeah. When I played it live on stage, I'd give it a little bit of a crotch thrust with it.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, what are you looking at for this week? You got anything good, juicy?
Well, no.
I've got a couple that have caught my eye. One of them is British Petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because it is right up against a really solid resistance level. Problem is, I just don't know which way it's going to go. Like, if it can get above 36.5, then it should re-enter a bigger distribution from back in like 2020 with a potential upside of $40. If it fails that, then you'd be looking at another retest at the 34 area.
Okay.
So that's one. And then Salesforce was the other one that just broke above its 200-day moving average, but I don't like how it rejected its resistance at 165 on Friday.
Friday. Oh, yeah. Well,
I do like the volume on Salesforce, though. If you look the last 3 or 4 days, the green volume has been stepping up. The red volume is lower.
I feel like I picked last week, so why not go with Salesforce? I mean, if you want me to weigh in, I like MGM. They've just reached a new high, and they could keep going. And I feel like Target's got some oomph.
Target has been really spicy lately, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like this past year, it seemed like. Target's got some good upside, too. That's got a massive gap that still needs filled. It is over its 200-day moving average.
Yeah, it could have some legs, or could be the good time to short it.
Could be. Oh, I don't know what to do, and you set the bar so high. I'm afraid to fuck it up for us.
Oh shit! Well, should we get some bonds?
Yeah, right. And then the bond market's gonna melt down.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm leaning towards BP, man.
Okay, let's do it.
But I'd say we base it off of where it opens at. If it opens above or below this 36.5.
Okay. All right. BP.
If it's above, we go long. If it's below, we go short.
And you are aware that their earnings are going to be on February 7th, right?
I thought that was next week, right?
Yeah. We got 1 week to go before their earnings.
Good.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd prefer to not have the earnings in the middle of this thing.
Okay.
But if oil companies are ready to post some massive returns, maybe you do want to hold that through there.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll make that decision next week.
Okay, so if it opens above 36.5 and we go long, I think we want to target, half of the move? 38?
I don't know. I'm greedy. I think it can. I want to see it hit 40.
Let's just go for 40. Well, I mean, even if we lose 10%, we're still going to win this thing, right?
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
All right, where should we put our stop?
Oh, wait, you just said 10%, so that would be 36.5. 10% is 365, so I don't know, 34, 35?
Basically below that distribution?
35.
Yeah, all right. If we end up going short, put it up at
37?
I'll say the high candle, the previous day high. So if it opens below that, then I want the stop above the most recent swing high.
Okay.
Right now is at 36.60.
All right. Sounds good to me.
And that way we'll just be out of the trade and don't have to worry about it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What do we got for random?
Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. New York Stock Exchange miscellaneous sector. PBI.
Pitney Bowes Incorporated.
What did they do?
They 4 days ago, Pitney Bowes activist proposes new board CEO replacement.
Oh, is that good?
I don't know. They're a tech company engaged in the provision of products and solutions in the commerce industry. So, question mark what they do. They make money. Create wealth.
Thanks. Thank you, Frank.
You know, I don't understand the question. Wow, random. It's coming off of lows, $2.30 a share, last September. So it's got some momentum on its side. We'll see if it breaks through the ceiling. $5 is a really big level for this stock.
I mean, on the daily, it looks like it's bull flagging too.
Oh, they have earnings on the 1st of February.
Oh, God damn it, Random, you bastard.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at Random.
All right.
Of course he's going to go all in.
Yeah. I might buy some calls.
I think
PBI calls.
You also got the golden cross on this one too.
All right.
All right, good choice, Random.
Yeah, if Random overtakes us, like we make money 2 weeks in a row, and then Random Silver takes us with this one, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, you can blame me for that.
Okay, well, I was gonna blame you for it anyway, but I'm glad I have your permission. Okay.
You won't be alone. I'll say that.
All right. Fantastic. All right, folks. I think that brings us to the end here. Is there anything else we need to talk about, Kyle, before we wrap things up?
No. Is there?
No, I was just giving you a chance to get the last word.
Oh, well, thank you. No, please proceed.
All right, folks. That brings us to the last bit of the episode. Thanks for coming by, but we are closing up shop. We'll be back at you next week with more crazy trading action, news, stocks, options. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Until then, happy trades.
Bye.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks and the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.